Bonjour, how are you?
Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French.
Researched my whole life on what the entity was before I got there, you know. My intention was to get in there and kick up some dust and try to become a whistleblower that they don't knock off. Because, you know, they get all the whistles.
Something strange happened when Jim Carrey stepped onto the red carpet in Paris. Not the usual celebrity gossip kind of strange, the kind of strange that makes the internet stop, zoom in, replay the footage, and ask the same question over and over again. Is that really him? Because the moment clips from the 51st César Awards started circulating online, people weren't talking about the award he received. They weren't talking about his speech in French. They were talking about his face, his voice, his energy. Something about it felt different to longtime fans. And once the internet starts asking questions like that, the theories come fast. Some said he simply looked older. Others said the opposite, that he looked younger somehow. A few viewers noticed his eyes seemed greener than before. Then the comments escalated into something much bigger. Suddenly the word clone started trending next to Jim Carrey's name. And right in the middle of all that speculation, people started bringing up someone else who has been warning about Hollywood secrets for years. Katt Williams. Before we get into what people think Katt Williams meant and why his past comments are suddenly being shared everywhere again, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you want more deep dives into the stories Hollywood doesn't always talk about, because this one gets strange fast.
There's a huge conspiracy theory about beloved Hollywood actor Jim Carrey right now because people are saying he's acting and looking very different. Did the Illuminati finally get their loudest whistleblower and clone him, thus silencing him? This is like two conspiracy theories in one, so here's everything you need to know.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower.
So yesterday, 64-year-old Jim Carrey received a César Award in Paris, which is like a French Oscar. And he was just suspiciously acting out of character for the iconic Jim Carrey personality. And longtime fans also noticed he looked younger or very different. And for a lot of actors in Hollywood, that's the norm. He's 64. I support people getting work done. But a lot of conspiracy theorists who are really just diehard fans say normally Jim Carrey would never do this. His whole brand is drastically changing his facial expressions and melding his face into whatever he needs to do for his role. It's just the last person you would ever expect to do that. But what's really freaking people out and driving home the conspiracy theory is that his eyes are a completely different color now. They are green, but they used to be very obviously brown. Is it him? Is someone new under the mask? And Jim Carrey is infamous for his whole career long time, giving very powerful speeches against government corruption, against capitalism, against those in power.
When Jim Carrey arrived at the César Awards in Paris, it was supposed to be a celebration of his career. After decades in movies, from comedy classics to psychological dramas, he was receiving an honorary award recognizing his impact on film. For fans of movies like The Mask, Ace Ventura, The Truman Show, and Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, it was a moment that should have felt nostalgic. But the internet doesn't always see things the way award ceremonies expect. Within hours of the footage going online, viewers began comparing the Paris appearance to older interviews and red carpet moments from years ago. Some said his jawline looked slightly different. Others focused on his smile, but the detail that people kept returning to was his eyes. Screenshots circulated showing them looking bright green under the stage lights. That might sound like a small detail, but online communities that follow celebrity theories quickly turned it into something much bigger. Suddenly, people were posting side-by-side images from different years, claiming something had changed. And that's where the speculation took a sharp turn. One of the biggest ideas floating around the internet right now is something called the celebrity replacement theory. According to that theory, powerful people in the entertainment industry supposedly replace famous figures who become too controversial or too outspoken. It's the kind of idea that has circulated online for years about different musicians and actors. In the case of Jim Carrey, the speculation mostly comes from the fact that he has spent much of his career saying unusual things about fame, power, and illusion. Fans remember interviews where he spoke about identity not being real. They remember the red carpet moment where he told a reporter he didn't believe in personalities. Those Those clips went viral years ago because they sounded philosophical and mysterious at the same time. At the time, most people assumed he was simply speaking from a spiritual perspective, but now, with the Paris footage spreading everywhere, those old interviews are being watched again through a completely different lens. And that's where Katt Williams enters the story.
Tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. What do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't
that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
Over the years, Katt Williams has made a reputation for speaking openly about what he believes happens behind the scenes in Hollywood. In interviews and stand-up routines, he's talked about power structures, industry politics, and the way certain people get protected while others get pushed out. Recently, clips of those comments started circulating again as viewers tried to connect them to the Jim Carrey speculation. Some fans believe Williams has been hinting for years that Hollywood operates more like a closed system than the public realizes. They say the industry decides who gets elevated and who gets silenced. Others say his comments are simply comedy mixed with personal experiences from the entertainment business. But regardless of how you interpret them, the timing of those clips resurfacing alongside the Jim Carrey rumors has definitely fueled the conversation. Of course, there are also far more ordinary explanations. Faces change with age.
Okay, and what nationality are you?
Sicilian and Puerto Rican.
Okay, Sicilian and Puerto Rican. Okay,
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Those
That's
are my
what's
two genomes.
Okay, so who's the Puerto Rican one, who's the Sicilian one?
When I was cloned, they wiped a lot of memory, but when I stole the documents before escaping, I read that the mother was Puerto Rican and I guess the father, surrogate, you could say, was the sperm donor was the Sicilian.
Okay, so you're a test tube baby.
Yeah.
What's that?
Shout out Clonaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could actually, as soon as you die, they could actually freeze your body.
Well, what happened with my first gen is they took the skull because he initially had written in a will to the Raelian movement that if something were to happen to him, they can ship the skull over immediately to Clonaid. So they can remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And in this fragment of bone, it stores all of your memories and consciousness. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, a reproductive version of you, including your memories. And you can be selective as to which ones you keep or don't keep. And this process has been around for quite some time. Like Dolly the sheep was cloned back in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Dolly the sheep, yeah, I remember that. And they've cloned a lot of animals over the years.
Yeah, Clonaid, I don't want to say too much information. This is going to be broadcasted on the internet.
But I don't think they could transfer the actual memories, though.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's
You're living proof of this?
Yeah, I'm living proof. Except all the memories. A lot of them I don't have because of drugs and alcohol as a teenager. So it's kind of like burning an MP3 CD, right? So let's say, we don't do this, people don't do this anymore, but back in the day with a bootleg a CD, you would need the original copy. You put it in, it reads the disc, transfers all the files. You have the same exact CD, it's the same thing. All the tracks, everything, every bar, every hit from every note, everything's gonna be on there. Now, if I scratch that CD, I may not be able to read all the files on the disc, making it impossible to to transfer, make a new one, new copy.
Lighting on red carpets can dramatically alter how someone's eyes look on camera. Even the angle of a lens can make someone's jawline appear sharper or softer. Celebrities also evolve over time in the way they speak and carry themselves. Jim Carrey, in particular, has gone through a very visible personal transformation over the past decade. The loud, hyperactive comedian known for wild physical comedy gradually became more introspective and philosophical in interviews. He spent years focusing on painting and stepping away from Hollywood projects. That kind of personal shift can easily make someone seem different compared to the energetic persona audiences remember from the 1990s. But once a theory starts spreading online, it can grow faster than the facts explaining it. That's exactly what happened here. Within days, social media was filled with posts asking viewers to spot the difference. Some insisted the man in Paris had a different smile. Others said the spark in his eyes wasn't the same. And every time a video slowed down a moment or zoomed in on a frame, it added another layer to the speculation. People began weaving together older events from Jim Carrey's life as if they were pieces of a puzzle. They brought up the controversial interviews where he criticized powerful institutions.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
They mentioned the period when he stepped away from Hollywood after personal tragedies and public backlash over certain statements. Each of those moments became another piece of what some viewers called a bigger picture. Meanwhile, more grounded observers pointed out something important. Humans are extremely good at noticing tiny differences in faces, especially when comparing images from different years. Our brains are wired to search for patterns. When we expect to see something unusual, we often convince ourselves that we do. That's why side-by-side comparisons can sometimes make perfectly normal changes look dramatic. Add dramatic music, mysterious captions, and millions of people sharing the same clips. And suddenly, a normal red carpet appearance can turn into a viral conspiracy theory. So, what actually happened in Paris? The simplest explanation is that Jim Carrey attended an award ceremony.
I don't exist. So they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
Gave a speech partly in French to honor the country hosting him, and looked slightly different than he did in old interviews, because time passes and people change. But the internet rarely stops at the simplest explanation. For many viewers, the combination of his philosophical past statements, the resurfaced Katt Williams interviews, and the unusual energy of that red carpet footage created a mystery that felt bigger than a single award ceremony. And that's why the conversation hasn't gone away. Every new clip gets analyzed frame by frame. Every old interview gets reposted with new interpretations. Some people believe there's nothing unusual at all. Others are convinced something deeper is happening behind the scenes in Hollywood. Whether you see this story as a harmless internet rumor or a fascinating look at how quickly speculation spreads online, one thing is certain: the moment Jim Carrey stepped onto that stage in Paris, he unintentionally sparked one of the strangest celebrity debates the internet has seen in a long time. So now the question goes to you. After seeing the footage and hearing the theories circulating online, do you think the internet is reading too much into small differences? Or do you think there's something about that Paris appearance that really does feel unusual? Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into stories like this, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next one.